And you see KC, he's still going to eat the steak, right? Like, you hear him mumbling and grumbling after each bite about how it would be so much better if she had just this.
Yeah.
Or, she had paid attention. Like, he's basically rehydrating the steak with his anger, right? But you guys now come in and Lancho's he kind of like you see him kind of like push Kenny to the side, like body language.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of has you come in, and he like brings on his stern face. Guil, what have you found?
So we went where there's disturbances. I got this gnome, Dr. Gnome, has some insight of what happened. But basically, we found that when the meteors break up over the protective dome, the dust falls, and somehow it turns, I don't know if they were people originally or what were they, into these shambling goiter things. And we brought back one of the corpses, and we brought back some of the glitter blood that's on Taylor's axe. And also, we were fighting these shambling things, and when dust fell back onto them, it helped heal their wounds. But fire does the trick and kills them.
Interesting. May I see the axe? Respects it. Guil, can you take this to the lab? Take all of the blood from that, put 3/4 of it in a flask and another third in a petri dish. Leave the petri dish out to dry, and take the flask and put it on the shelf labeled glitter blood.
Sweet.
Do we still have the zombie?
Yeah, it's on the back of.
I got it.
So this is one of the zombie corpses. So I go up and I put the petri dish and I label the thing.
On the stage.
and it just it's laying there on the table.
Yeah.
It is thoroughly dead.
I'm like, it looks like the steak.
The goiter, he kind of like he asks Kenny to take a couple steps back, and he kind of goes over and he casts levitation on the corpse so that he's not touching it, and he kind of like ushers it into an exam room where he puts it on the table there, and then from a couple feet away he gets a mage hand, and as he cuts through the goiter, you see it go poof, and
like
this,
dust poof?
This powdery substance comes out. It isn't the same type of powder as you guys have seen. This is more like gray and heavy. Like it poofs out and then it filters down, whereas the dust that you had seen kind of flitters as it goes through the air a little bit more. You give him that commentary. He says, "Oh, that is excellent work. Are you all uninjured? Are you okay?"
I took a little bit of damage.
And he puts his hand on your shoulder, heals you, tops you off. Well, I don't know what it would take, but
I didn't take much damage, but yeah.
Very good.
One other thing I forgot to tell you. So there is still at least one alive shambler, but he's in an empty building and he's walking into a wall, and he seems to just be doing that. And we just thought it would be good to leave a live specimen, just in case you wanted to take a look.
There might be a bunch of them around the wall also.
Yeah. But the shamblers seem to be, pretty defenseless. They're just, they just walk into a wall, and they seem pretty they don't perceive really that much around them if there's one.
So there are two types.
Yeah, I get, yeah, so
There are
there's...
the big ones and then the...
Yeah,
normal
there's the
size.
big ones, and then there's just kind of idiot shamblers that walk into walls. And then there's the ones that fight that we brought back.
Where this, and he points at the gnome. This was in your district, correct? The gnome, with deference, just kind of nods his head. You've seen the behavior, like this, like Lanchos is like 3 or 4 levels above this gnome. So, like going to him, like the gnome recognizes that there's probably going to be some blowback on his part, but like you don't want to talk to your boss's boss. Right?
Yeah.
Like, so he's very deferential and as quiet as a church mouse, basically. But like he answers the question politely, and then Lancho says, "Were they by any chance coming from the northeast of your location?"
Yes. Technically, yeah.
That is troubling. Thank you for this information. I will talk to you, addressing the gnome. I will talk to you more later. Please go rest up in the 3rd door on your left, which is still one of these guest quarters that had been kind of left over from
the
confluence
summit,
earlier.
whatever, yeah.
Yep. Have you all agreed to our arrangement?
Yes.
I believe so, yes.
Do we have any paperwork or agreements that need to be finalized?
Yes, I shipped those over to you earlier, so you should have those on your phone.
Might just put out his phone.
Sorry, I was on charge.
It's like,
I had it on Do Not Disturb.
Okay, just this?
okay, so
Okay, gotcha.
mask and the quiver. There's a couple kitty memes in there and stuff like that. He's like, oh my god, cat playing a piano. This is great.
Have you guys seen this?
Okay. Yes, I think I have those lying around. 1 minute. And you see him go off into his chambers. He goes in there, and after like a few minutes comes back with an armful of miscellaneous stuff. Not just the 2 items that you asked for, but a few others as well. He puts the pile on the table and hands the 2 that you asked for over to you. The mask of many faces that he gives you is... It looks like its natural form, unattuned, looks like an elven masquerade ball mask.
Okay.
And it is white with like a gold, like
Trim,
yeah, gold trim. But it is like, you've seen like masks, like you've seen masks of many faces before, like through your other dealings. You may not have, but like you recognize that the general like form of this thing is probably like that, but this one looks like somebody had spent additional money to make it look ornamental on top of its other functionalities. So in its like unattuned form, you could actually use it as a masquerade mask, but in its attuned form, obviously, you can use it for other things. So it could be mistaken for something else. Basically, it's kind of it's a little bit different that way. And you get a +1 endless quiver.
Oh, thanks.
But on the table, you find a couple of other things. You find a number of, like, for lack of better descriptor, you know the belt that Chewbacca wears?
Bandolier.
Yeah.
Thing, yeah.
But this one, it looks like that, but instead of having like pockets, they look like little bubbles on there. And there are 3 of them, kind of like laid together. There is a little like a ring that has like a bluish silver hue to it, and he pushes that ring towards you.
Okay.
He says, "I believe your true form could use this." Yeah. But he says it quietly enough that Kenny can't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
These 3 here may come in handy when you are at the temple. And looks at you and says, "It may behoove you to keep one of these safe for later, just in case."
One of the bandolier.
Yep. These are... Let me double check my words on this. These are...
Explosive bubbles.
No.
Bandolier of Capri Suns.
Fuck yeah.
These 3 here are Mask of Lesser Earthen Molt. And he pulls out another one, and it looks more durable and slightly more robust, and says, "This is the Mask of Greater Earthen Molt." And I can give you a little piece of paper with what that is. Yes, I can find it in this pile that my daughter was so nice to cut out for me. Probably should have had her organize these in like alphabetical order. There it is.
Alphabet, schmalphabet.
Here, and I'll hand those to you. So you have 3 of the lesser, 1 of the greater.
Wait, so what do Otter and...
I got a ring.
Oh, you got a ring.
And I got a mask and a quiver.
Okay, so these are... I'm keeping these safe.
You can choose to do with them whatever you want.
Okay.
What do they do?
A belt-like liquid container. This is Mask of Lesser Earthen Molt. Whose contents are under pressure. When you become petrified, this pouch will burst open and will remove the petrification condition from you and anyone or thing within 5 feet of you at the end of your next turn. Slow acting. As an action.
This.
Yeah.
You never know.
Well, it's a hint of why we'll need it.
So the Greater Earthen Molt does the same thing, but it's just quicker.
Okay.
You didn't say what was guarding that temple. Just that there was
Exactly.
one
Yeah.
creature there.
It could be a Medusa like a thing.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
basilisk.
Basilisk, yep.
No, there's something Larry invented that causes petrification.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I wouldn't do something like that, would I?
What?
Okay.
Then he hands you a pouch, like a man purse, a merce.
Man satchel.
Yours.
Sure.
It is about yay big, like it's tiny, right? Like you can, it's a man purse size. He says, we can use this for compensation as you reach certain destinations. I will check in with Guil periodically to mark your progress, and as progress is made, compensation will be paid.
If we would stay in contact while we go on our.
Yep. And he's reached out to you before, like so sometimes you just can't get the guy to shut up. Like he's always like, Will, I need you to do this. Right? Wherever you're
I know, yeah. I got it.
And then K.C. is like kind of like sits back and he takes his like mug of beer, and he gripingly makes a comment along the lines of, I need this beer to wash the ash out of my mouth from that dry steak, right? Like it's like you see him going like this to get the crispiness and the crunchies out of his teeth. And K.C. is now, like, you see him, let's say, more relaxed. He is a almost dwarven-looking gentleman. Not a dwarf, but, like, stout and broad.
And Harry?
Hairy, yes. Huge black beard, long black hair. Not, let's say, not a traditionally good-looking gentleman, but you see, like, when his, like, he has resting gruff face, kind of, but
Yeah.
you see, like, through that sometimes, like, there's like a hint of this. There's some kind of a twinkle there, where, like, even though he really probably got off on the wrong foot with, like, the way he berated Beatrice in front of all y'all, you see that, like, there's, like, a twinkle in his eye, and, like, in reality, he is actually probably a nice guy, but he just kind of, like, he gives off this, like, I'm an asshole vibe, right? And it's hard to see, like, it's hard to cut through the vibe to see that thing there. It might be a bit of a protection mechanism, but, like, you know, there's some quality about him that, even though, like, you look at him and you're like, you're an asshole, like, there's something about him that's kind of, like, I don't know, warmly enticing, right? Kenny, like, now just kind of sitting here and hearing him joke, he's just a genuinely nice, happy-go-lucky kind of guy. Like, any amount of, like, malice or ill will that he would have is all in the name of humor, and, like, he seems like a warm grandpa-like character who you're just like, oh, I want to be that guy's friend, right? Even if he is a human and not drow. But as you guys sit there, anything you want to ask of this crowd, like, at this table? Because now Beatrice has kind of done with her clattering, and she's, like, come out to serve some wine and beers. So there's a couple mugs of beers that are brought out. Lanchos has instructed her to keep everybody well apportioned.
Well,
Do you carry a straw with you by any chance?
In real life,
Does Otter carry a straw with him to drink?
or do you just flip the mask up?
no, I just slide it under the mask.
Okay.
I mean, I guess.
I suppose I could take it off here at the table, you know what I mean? At the actual dinner table.
The mask?
Yeah. In front of everybody.
You could. You certainly could.
Right?
Wait, have we all seen your face, your actual face?
No.
Okay. I don't think so. Well, I mean, we still have to figure out
Can you guys roll?
for what.
One.
You both got ones?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh. Okay.
That's
You were
kinda
not
cool.
expecting that?
No. Okay.
We are perplexed.
As you are sitting there,
The world explodes.
as you are sitting there,
We needed to be rolling ones last time.
eating, you hear the bells go off, and you hear people screaming outside,
Oh, God.
and Lanchos like turns, and as he does, like his arm goes up, and like he goes like this, and one whole wall of this dining room now becomes like that iris,
Yeah.
that viewing iris,
Yeah.
and you see it like fisheye the entire like horizon, and you see now on the horizon this huge ball of flame coming in towards the city, and he like in that sweep he like goes like this and like focuses on it, and that huge ball is actually two that are like almost on top of one another, and they are coming in at such a low angle. You from this angle of the iris on the tower, it looks like it is almost already below the horizon, and as it hits, you see okay. So as it hits, you see it come in, and let's take a smaller one here.
Oh, that's right.
You see it collide with the ground just outside of town, and the dust that it throws up as it hits you see it hit the ground, and the whole of the tower shakes. The ground, it feels like a 2 or a 3 on the Richter scale from a level of shake as this thing impacts, and the thunderclap of the impact has you all like crippled down, including Lanchos, crippled as you like cover your ears from the impact. The dust flies up and obscures the whole horizon.
Wow.
This is coming in from the west, and this time of day, that's where the sun is setting, and it obscures the sun with just the level of dust. The evening goes to pitch black, with now an umbral light coming back from the other side. The whole city starts screaming in unison as the thunder and the chaos of this impact has set the entire city into a panic. Lanchos gets up, and like there is this like look of what the fuck on his face. Like he doesn't even know how to respond. What are you guys doing?
better in here than out there with all the dust.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm staying here. I mean,
I don't know. Someone needs to find. if you're-
Quick, you guys, I want you to start your journey now. Take the box, head out. I will deal with this mess. Kenny, ensure that you take them to see the owner of the carnival to do the introductions. You will need some level of concealment to ensure that you get there. Traveling with the carnival will provide you the largest level of safety.
Okay.
All right, I grabbed whatever I needed off the table.
I have put the instrument in the case.
Okay.
Please show them to where it is. Kenny, when they're ready, please take them with you. I must deal with this. And then you see him turn around, and he takes like 2 steps forward, and kind of behind him you see like the building like collapse in around him, kind of like he has gone into like, I don't know, disaster mode. Like you've never seen him do this before.
Yeah.
But like you guys see him like he is like stepping like not just 1 step up, like 5 or 6 steps up as far as like what he is going to do to take this on. And you see him like raising up out of the ground like these like pillars, and on the pillars there are like clear stones, right? And you see him like he just starts talking, and like voices now coming at him from all over the place, like like some of this magic like you'd never seen him do before, and even to you it seems like
Oh shit.
right, like yeah.
so we gotta book it.
So we gotta book it. So let's go. We grab the crate.
We got the crate.
We got all of our stuff that we need. Do I want to steal that chalice full of the blood just to bring it with for shits and giggles?
I don't know, do you want to?
Anybody need to use the restroom before we go?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Potty time.
I feel like maybe I will. I'll take it just because he's got
Okay.
he's got other
You-
things
you-
to get blood from.
You walk to that room of where you had placed the blood, and you see the blood on the counter, right? That vial,
Yeah.
and behind it you see an entire wall of potions. Are you taking just the blood?
No. I want to take the blood and a couple others.
Okay. Are you going to grab indiscriminately, or are you going to try to grab a couple before you leave?
I feel like I want to grab like maybe things that I feel like are gonna help potentially for the future.
Okay. Roll a D6 with disadvantage, 2 of them.
2 and a 5.
You managed to take 2 before your guilt overcomes
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I guess it is
And you
feeling
can-
for my boss.
Yeah,
I don't
and
want.
you can text me what you choose or what you're aiming for later.
Okay.
So I go to you and I said, is there a room with clothing? I believe you humanoids would wear more than this.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lost and found closet in the tower that we can go look at.
That's awesome.
Can there be a lost and found?
Well, give me a second here. Let's see.
You know, like people get a little too drunk at a party.
So there is a like.
Wait, oh, so one question. So I grabbed, are the 2 potions in addition to the vial of blood?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I went to the 9 hells and all I got was this
Right.
lousy shirt. Like on fire.
Yeah.
There is a. Yes. So there's a room where it's are kind of reconfigurable, etc. But there is one that like Lanchos kind of keeps kind of there regularly. Usually you walk by it, like it is it's not a room, it's like one of those like museum hallways where like you walk this way and there's a hallway, but like you take 2 steps this way, and there's a short little hallway, and 2 steps back, you're back on the main hallway.
Yeah.
And it's like a little display area. And in there, like, there's no other, like, I mean, you don't get a lot of guests. And the few guests that you get are usually mages who are traveling light.
And they got robes.
But in this particular little corridor, there are a number of, like, glassed in clothings. Like, you...
Like, they're like artifacts, that like museum pieces that I shouldn't probably touch, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm not touching it. I'm just showing you where there are potential clothes that you could maybe go for.
Or maybe not.
Do we find one that would fit my, like,
yeah, is there a big enough one for...
foot?
Yeah, the busty
A-frame?
Goliath.
Yeah.
So
Everything's a mini skirt or something.
so let's do this. How quickly are you trying to make this, like, in a time frame? Like, are you making a quick decision, or are you like, you guys just wait up, I want to take a look and I want to see what's going on here? Like, what are we doing?
It's just
How hurried do you feel in this time?
10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah, because I just want to find one that I think
Okay,
give
so
me the most
a
coverage.
full investigation.
Yeah.
Give me a investigation check as you go from case to case, looking at it and reading the text.
Because you guys can't leave them without me. I'm carrying the thing. I had the...
That's true. You got the crate on your back, so.
Oh, that's a 7.
That crate is just fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So you're looking for clothes.
Clothes that, like, also look like they'd offer protection.
Yeah, not just like
It's
a
like right now I have, like, just
Okay.
bursted, like...
Yeah.
Can I help you look? We're kind of under.
Yeah, like, I get it.
Yes, please do.
I get it,
You
but
see me struggling, I'm like, I don't understand the concept of clothes
you're
too
busy,
well.
busy trying to get this thing on your back.
10 investigation.
Good. Like
14.
Okay, and there's like a lot of stuff. Like it is a bit of an overwhelming experience walking through this hallway, which is part of the reason why you avoid it. Like visually, there's just a lot going on.
I mean, should I help though? Because I feel
Yeah.
like I should know.
Go ahead.
You'd know.
And you can roll with advantage
Yeah.
So 2?
because again, you don't go in there very often, but so it'll be a little bit higher DC for you, but you can roll with advantage.
Okay.
1 and a 6.
Yeah, you haven't been in there in a long time.
Jesus.
So
You don't know what people wear.
I am
So-
an armadillo, so
so there's 3 things. Like each of you kind of comes up with your own like option. Like you look at it and you're like, yeah, that looks like a good fit.
yeah.
So you find what looks like a set of giant armor that is like it is a golden like pleated plate. Like this stuff is fucking heavy, right? And it is sitting on a metal like rod, like a cross that is embedded in the stone, right? And the placard underneath it reads, give me a second. I was not expecting this. So you have
Also,
to,
I'm like,
I need another energy drink. I think better on energy drinks.
so I still am like
I did
technically a
find the
druid.
pair of
Does that still
magical
mean I can't wear
panties.
metal?
Did they keep that for 50?
Or am I like a? Can I just be like a paladin now?
I
The first host was a
personally,
druid.
personally, I have no idea
Yeah.
why a druid couldn't wear metal.
Yeah.
That
They're like, I'm
idea
nature.
seems absurd to me
Yeah.
because metal is found from nature,
Yeah.
and I don't see anything unnatural. Now, plastic, yeah, maybe that might like hamper your ability to do druid shit,
Yeah.
but like metal, no.
Okay. That works for me. You found gold pleated armor.
So the armor that you find says, armor of the Tao Prince. And then underneath it, it says, it's this long, like, paragraph of thing, and you catch, like, 2 or 3 words. Earth Realm, or, like, Earth Plane, and Prince. like that. Those are the things that kind of stand out. Otter, in your investigation, you discover a you discover
A pair of magic panties?
no.
It's a thing, I guess.
Yeah, we're not Mormon.
Right.
You find this weird. You're drawn to it just because of the weirdness and texture. But it is a number of what kind of looks like maybe dragon scales or dragon plates, like plates from a dragon. And they are, it looks like scale mail, but like the scales are like different sizes, right? Like it's not like normal scale. Yes, it's very irregular. I forget what, there's a thing where people like are triggered by irregular shapes, and it like really triggers that like feeling. Even kind of looking at it, it makes your tummy turn a little bit. It is labeled in a text that I don't think any of you can read. Any of you speak deep speech?
No.
Hold on. Is it tryptophobia? Is that?
Yes, tryptophobia.
Yeah.
So no, you don't speak deep speech.
No. I
That's not important.
No, I thought I had.
I think it's tryptophobia too, but usually that comes up with like holes.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it's
I know druidic.
a bit more.
I thought I knew something else.
It is nonetheless. This is labeled in deep speech. As you like look at it, it looks like it almost even moves.
I do know deep speech.
Okay.
I nicked that. Put that on. All right, so I can read it apparently.
It is the Ilcathar of Zarnalix.
I'm not writing that down, but sure.
Migrate.
The rough translation is the second skin of Zarnafix.
Second skin, and that's what Otter found.
Yes.
Yeah. Option 1.
Quickly reading the text underneath it, it was shed by Zarnafix as in one of his moltings, and taken by the Gith to be formed into weapons to be used in their struggle.
That's odd. Okay.
So it's mystery armor still.
In deep speech, that's really only like 2 words,
Yeah.
right? Like it is effectively a Gith Yankee curse, like a curse because of the nature of deep speech, like the concept of the vileness of the Gith Yankee. That whole concept is 1 word, right? Like
That's a very efficient language.
yeah, certain parts of it can be.
That's why it's so deep.
Hey.
You find it is like 5 different like layers of leather. Like they're like it looks like a sash, right? There's like a silk tunic underneath it with like these 5 different colors of leather, and like the leather has different colors and types. There's something about it that looks almost drowish to you, but like it resembles in some ways a like garment that you have seen, but the label for it is in Elvish,
Don't know that.
which you recognize that it is
I can
not.
read it.
Okay.
Okay.
And for you, it reads, Zulon's shepherd, effectively, or shepherd of Zulon.
Okay.
It is shepherd isn't quite the right translation. It is like the person who goes before, herald maybe of Zulon, but it is a somebody who goes before Zulon to make the path for Zulon and like guide Zulon. Anybody? No, I don't think any of you would know who Zulon is.
No.
No.
So, if anybody wants to try a Arcana check, you may.
What is my Arcana?
That's not good. 13. I don't know.
No,
I mean, I could try.
yeah, go ahead and give it a try.
'Cause
You recognize, like,
Because
obviously Zulon
19.
19. So
16.
yeah, so because of your origin, you know the name Zulon as a pseudo-elven deity of like life and death, right? Like they're not, the elves don't like worship Zulon. Like Zulon just kind of is. Zulon is like this neutral thing. That's kind of all you know.
Yeah.
You understand that Zulon, the Zulon resides in a grove that is Zulon. He is a sentient god tree
Okay.
that like do you know Yggdrasil?
Yeah.
So
I've heard of the word.
Yggdrasil is like the,
Have a name.
the tree of life
Yeah.
in
Oh, okay.
Nordic.
Yeah, okay. That's fine, not.
This is kind of akin to the tree of life and death in like elven mythology.
Okay.
Like the elves don't worship Zulon like in any way, shape, or form. Really, nobody worships Zulon, but Zulon is, you know,
He's the younger brother of Zool.
but you also know because you hold a branch of Zulon in your hand that, and now like reading this and like just kind of seeing those words and like the knowledge that it brings up in your like under like because of your attunement,
Yeah.
you understand that Zulon is like this natural line between life and death. Like he is the balance between the dead things coming back to life and the living things going to death.
So is it a good idea that we should probably take that?
You should take it.
Okay.
You can
Would it
complete
fit?
your set.
Oh, yeah.
Set bonuses.
But is it sized for an armadillo?
I could I cut it down to size, like tailor it?
I
Can
mean,
tailor
it's
it?
like a silk tunic and some
I know
sashes.
it.
I could
So,
probably just tie it up around
Yeah. yeah.
my back.
So what are we doing?
I'm taking that. I feel like I'll
Okay,
Okay, and
you're gonna
then
break it,
break the.
the glass, because this one's behind a glass, like glass
Yeah,
enclosure.
I'll break
I
it.
think they're
Okay.
all glass.
I feel like at this
No,
point,
the,
Lanchos
her-
isn't.
the one that she found is on a like stand. The others are behind glass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna break the glass and take it.
which one?
Okay.
Between one and two. Okay, so it looks like I want the gold one.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to force it off the pole or whatever.
Do I need to roll anything to break glass, or can I just break it?
Because I think it's funny, I want to see you try to break the glass.
A strength check? Or...
So yeah, you make an attack against the glass. For you, I want you to make an intelligence check
Oh, I'm not.
to see if you can get this thing like off. Because it's on a
20.
rack. What?
20, not a natural 20,
Okay.
but 20.
You managed to.
It's
like,
on a.
to
Well,
break
then
it.
if I can't, I'm just gonna smash it on the
I mean, she is a Goliath.
17.
Okay. You. So you like you're pulling on it, and you're like, oh, you like as you're jostling it, you realize that it's like clipped on, and all you have to do is like remove one clip, and the whole thing will just fall off.
Okay.
So like you unclip the clip on the side, like between the plates,
Yeah.
and like it opens up, and you're like, oh, you just take it off.
Porque no los dos.
Once you break the glass, you see that it is actually levitating in there,
Oh,
But-
the armor that I'm
yeah,
grabbing, the
it's-
Zulon.
It's actually not touching the wall. It's just kind of like
It's just there.
held there. So you grab it out and like it's not attached to anything.
Okay.
So is this gold one even like if I put it on? Do I think it's too heavy?
You're gonna try to put it on right now.
Yeah.
Okay. As you go to put it on, like you like place it over your shoulders and like some of the metal plates they start to like shift
Oh.
and like it expands and
Ooh.
where it needs to expand, you see it like growing in new plates
Oh,
to like
that's
meet
nice.
your body
50.
shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You chose wisely.
And I'll get you your
Nice. Good
armor info
find.
for it. And I will get you
Old soldier's
your info
instinct.
for
Yeah.
Beerus.
The other one sounded interesting, but also kind of like I'd be cursed. The
A
deep
little
speech
bit,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
She didn't know the difference. I just rolled and that's what she picked. But I feel like I might have had like a curse where it's like, you'll be super strong, but it will suck out a bunch of your blood.
Yeah. Or
Or
you'll have
like,
one
or
foot.
you have to fight off madness every day.
It suck.
I mean, as long as
Anything
we're
else we're
stealing
doing before we
stuff,
leave?
Are there like weapons? I can maybe go with a new weapon.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. I
they
also
took your
quarter
hand
staff.
axe, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, did he get his hand axe back?
We're just
From
telling
you? Did you give it back to her?
Bastards place.
To him? Because you took the blood off of it.
Yeah, I'll go grab it from the lab and I'll bring it back.
Yeah,
So
but like a magic weapon.
Yeah, did this come with any weapons? The armor?
Your armor did not. Are we looking for weapons?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
we're
like-
gonna have you. I'll give each of you one more round of looting before we go.
hey, this is the
Okay,
benefit
so
Lance
here's the deal. Okay, what you get to loot one more thing. What are you gonna loot?
I want a weapon. Magic
Okay.
weapon.
I gave you back your axe from,
Okay.
Yeah.
from the lab. So you got
Okay,
your axe
roll
back.
for magic weapon investigation check.
Oh my god, I got a 19.
Ooh.
That's 23.
Okay,
Yeah.
what type of weapon are you looking for?
Okay, so
God,
I usually
limit.
use a war hammer, so I'm kind of looking for something like that, just because I'm used to the heft by now.
Okay, so you see two hammers. One of them is it looks like a jeweler's hammer. And in Dwarven underneath it, and the craftsmanship of it is amazing. In Dwarven underneath it, you do you read Dwarven?
No.
I don't.
Okay, there's a dwarven thing underneath it, and one of the words there in dwarven, like, rings a bell. Like you don't know dwarven, but this word you feel like you have seen in dwarven before. Okay,
Okay.
and it is this immaculate, like, hammer, and it is set like this, right? Like it's a small, it's like a hand hammer. Like it's really not much bigger than this, and it is sitting like this, and it is rotating in its little display case.
Okay.
Okay, kind of like off in the corner. And you see another hammer that is, it is massive. It probably is like a foot and a half, like long by like 8 inches in diameter, like in squareness, right? But it is hollow, and the metal is intricately crafted, and it is mounted up high on the wall, and underneath it says Warhammer from the Air Realm. I'll let you make your decision. Guil, what are you looking for?
I mean, I feel like I can't loot anymore for my boss because I got the potions and I got the armor.
He would have let us have it.
I think he's gotta let us have it.
I mean, if we're looting, can I go back and steal some more, take some more potions then?
Okay, roll a. Well, let's say you're going to roll a d8. 1d8 this time.
Just 1d8.
Yep.
Getting over your guilt.
I, you know,
Seeing almost like just people who are like, it's not, I'm not doing as bad as them. They're taking ancient artifacts.
I got an 8.
nice.
Okay. So you will be able to get 8 more potions.
Oh damn!
So for a total of 10.
Okay.
Okay. But I'm going to make a restriction. 2 of them, I'm not going to tell you which ones, but 2 of them you are going to get multiples of. So you give me a list of
What
8
of what I want?
of what you want, and then I will choose from that 8 which ones you actually get and which ones you get some multiples.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So
Otter.
is it 8 total plus the 2 that I have? So is it 10 total or is it 8 total?
Give me 8 total.
8 total. Okay.
Because
You're getting duplicates.
right? And
Yeah.
you might have gone back and gotten another one of the ones that you had from before. That's
Okay.
kind of my rationale thinking there.
Copy that.
Okay. Plus, I don't want you to have, like, too many.
Oh
You have
yeah.
invisibility. Invisibility.
Okay,
Start
Otter, what you
calling
getting?
out.
I'm going to try to look for some sort of armor,
Hellfire.
whether leather or bracers or something like that.
So you're not interested in that weird looking
The deep speech armor.
deep speech armor?
Yeah. The
I thought that was going to fit.
No,
Goliath.
it's just armor. Like,
And
so
it's moving, so it probably
Yeah.
can match you.
I mean, there's nothing stopping you from giving it a try.
First armor.
You're right. That's
Yeah.
what you say before a player tries on cursed armor.
yeah.
Would I do that to you?
Just try it. Try it on. Maybe it's
First one's free.
Exactly.
Right?
And then it grabs
Well,
itself
I was
on your
thinking
team.
about it, but I didn't know if being a ranger, if I could take it. I mean, it is dragon scales.
It is dragon scales, but it is effectively leather. It's effectively a light armor.
Okay.
It has like these heavy looking plates,
Mhm.
but like as you look at it, it looks like leather armor to you.
Okay. Well, as long as I could have room for
Worries.
my sister here, so
Well, if you want to try it on and see if
sure,
see
I'm gonna
if-
go for it.
So you're gonna break open the glass. Give me an attack roll.
Okay.
What are you looking for your next thing?
I am looking for a weapon that is as intimidating as Fiera's was.
Ooh, the
Because-
mace.
Oh,
Right now, I only have a quarterstaff, which isn't as
15.
impressive.
15. Okay. Yeah, you hit it, and like it thuds a little bit, but then like you kind of push a little bit of extra weight through it, and it breaks open. You gonna try to put it on?
Sure.
We all just do it right. We're like, yes.
Okay.
Back to school shopping.
Take the potions right away.
School
So-
shopping.
Are you taking off your cloak before you do this? Like you're stripping down a little bit?
Yeah,
Okay, so
but
do you
not
want
the hood.
okay, not the cowl, but just what's underneath. Okay, so do you want to describe what your more naked body looks like for these folks?
I'm like, you guys might want to look away here for a second. I'm gonna break down to some of the skivvies here.
Okay.
So, tentatively,
Sure.
Are you all looking away, or anybody gonna peek
I trust
gander?
that I don't want to look at
I'll
Otter.
look away.
Okay.
I'm looking for a weapon.
Okay, so you're okay. So you kind of do your thing, and as you like start to put it on, like you put your arm into it, and you see it like just crawl over your body. It just like it moves around like almost like a somewhere between like how a snake would move and like a flatworm.
kind of like
That's
Right.
what I was
venom.
thinking, yeah.
What?
Kind of like venom.
Not quite that oily, right? Like
Sure.
this thing,
A little more mucusy.
Slithery.
more slithery like an octopus,
Mhm.
right? But like it does. I mean, there's nothing off-putting about it necessarily. Like it takes you off guard, right? But like as it moves around, like you feel it, like trying to like you understand that the armor is trying to understand your body, and it like flows and it moves to like places where you feel like you're weak, right? Like
Sure.
and it goes like around Clarice, and you see it like open up and like give Clarice extra like leathery teeth,
Sure.
right? Like so her mouth is open and she has full like capability of movement, but like bony plates where her like eyes would be, right? So like you have like where a 6-pack would be, you now have like a 4-pack up here of like bony like chest plates. But the second ones almost look like they could open up and see. it is still irregular, right? Like it does not in any way, shape, or form have a symmetry or a pattern. But like as you like kind of move inside of it, like it doesn't. There's no clasps, right? Like it just kind of like when you opened it, like it looked like it had like a front and a back, like seems to have just closed up around you on its own. And I'll get you the details for that.
I'm like an abomination at this point. I'm like this spider that took over a drow druid who is now in the shape of a Goliath who's wearing gold plate armor and wielding other stuff.
So you're looking for a scary looking weapon. Is
Yeah.
that the right way of saying this?
Yeah, an intimidating looking weapon.
Okay.
Like how hers like
So you
made
can't-
us like poop our pants when she
Yeah.
dropped it.
Speak for yourself, but alright.
I mean,
Um,
I just wanted to leave and have tacos.
Because it disturbed me that night afterwards, going back.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, she is the goalpost now. Like, you're gonna shame.
So as you like, you're looking, and kind of out of the corner of your eye, you see like Otter like adjusting themselves. Like you don't after he's put on the armor,
Yeah.
and you see just beyond him, this. It is a long rod, and from it looks like there is some like dangling flesh. Like it looks like almost like if you were to hold it up, it would look like a banner.
Okay.
But but as it's sitting, it looks like it's got this weirdly curved blade like this, right? It looks like it's the blade hangs from it like as if it were a fabric. So it's hanging down, and it kind of hangs like this, right? And you can see it rip, like it has a ripple to it. Even just sitting here, it's moving. Like if you see it, and it looks like it is almost a like liquid metal, but like flesh that is hanging from it.
Yeah, that looks good to me.
As you pick it up, like you go to reach for it, the blade like spikes out and then comes back.
Oh.
Like it seems like it reacts to to the fact that you touched it.
Okay.
Somewhere inside you realize that you've probably made some kind of a mistake.
Oh. She makes a lot of mistakes, so
That's how you learn. It's fine.
she is a not
But-
wise 300-year-old spider. I'm a spider. What do you want?
You know.
But at the same time, like the part of you that is committed to your deity,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And you just you like it is very much like your soul and this mistake were sitting at a table having a short discussion,
Mm-hmm.
and not only did you just shake hands, like you leaned over and gave the mistake a hug.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
you're like, yeah, this is the right thing for me to do.
Nice.
Okay, I have a question about the ring that I have that lets me listen into different language or speak a different language.
I forgot about that.
Yes. So I have a question about a possible addition to that. Could I look through it to read a language for 15 minutes?
No, that's the way it works.
Oh, okay. You just said speaking and listening. Then I want to look through the ring to see what the dwarven hammer says before making a decision.
Okay, so do you want to describe to the team what they see as your kind of...
So he's like had this plain looking ring kind of like scratched up on his hand the whole time. He just takes it off and he holds it up to his eye like it's a monocle that's not attached to his face.
Oh.
He kind of inspects the
writing.
description. Yeah.
Okay.
It reads, Otter's mighty hammer. This hammer was crafted for a dwarven prince and can be used to break rock and skulls after it has been activated. Made of adamantine. Made of adamantine and held by anyone who is not dwarven. The deep dwarven magic of this mighty hammer that acts as a scepter will give you the equivalent of dwarven strength.
Okay.
That sounds
That
good.
sounds-
Yeah, that doesn't sound bad. So
It doesn't sound like my mistake.
sounds-
My soul shook hands with.
And that's behind the glass as well.
That one is like hovering and floating in a display. Yes.
Thor's hammer.
Okay.
go,
Then I'm gonna
go
try to
grab
take it.
Mjolnir.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's attack the glass.
I think I'm gonna roll like a 1 and hit myself again. Oh no, that's not bad. A 19.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
got
you smash it and the hammer lands on the
Smash
floor.
and grab.
Where the hammer lands on the floor, it actually impacts and cracks the rock.
Sick. Hell yeah.
That's cool.
You just use it to like get through the mountains.
Yeah, just walk this. Make our own path.
So we will
Nice. Good stuff.
give you that in your inventory then.
Curse cat of nine tails thing.
And now that I have properly broken this game
Yeah.
for the DM, we are ready to proceed.
Yes.